What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the second day of October, and what do you say? What do you guys think, huh? October, living up to the name Uptober already. Quite literally, the biggest day to the upside that we've seen, yeah, since July. Since the beginning of July. That's the biggest day we've seen in a very long time, my friends. And we're moving at a very similar pace to what we saw here. We haven't moved at this kind of pace upwards or faster since here. One would think that this is the real deal, right? That's some pretty significant volume that we had yesterday. This is what they call a Maru Bazoo. For those of you that don't know, a Maru Bazoo is a candle that's so bullish. The beginning of the day, there's nothing but buying, so you move up. The ending of the day, there's nothing but buying, so you do nothing but move up. There's no wicks or very, very little wicks. Typically a very bullish candle, but it doesn't mean that you have to go up higher, right? I mean, here you did go up higher, but inevitably closed the day down. I think there are a lot of people who are betrayed right now. What's crazy is, you guys, I was looking at this on the liquidation levels here over the past day, and you can see that the shorts. Okay, the shorts are a little bit decimated now. To be fair, whenever I was looking at it, we were back down below 119K. We just ripped up a little bit. But the shorts still, we have about $1.2 billion in shorts. We just cleared out about $2 billion in shorts, or about $1 billion in shorts in the last hour, actually. Last 15 minutes. But $1.2 billion in shorts. You guys, if you're going to keep shorting on the way up, yes, the longs outweigh the shorts. Man, that's crazy. $5 billion in longs. I don't think I have seen that much since we found our high area here. Since July, I haven't seen that much. That's crazy. Longs are probably going to get wrecked. Okay, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. We're in very bullish territory right now, but I would assume we see a little bit of let's say volatility, a little bit of a shakeout. But if you keep shorting on the way up, right, these longs don't have to get cleared out. We do not have to move all the way through this, right? That would take us all the way back down to 111K. We don't have to move all the way down there and clear out these longs. We don't even have to clear out this section. We just move through enough to the downside, give the shorts reason enough to pile on. We start moving up higher. You guys, if we keep shorting all the way up, this thing's going to keep moving up. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you're shorting this thinking you know what you're doing, stay away, because you're probably shorting based off of this, aren't you? Bitcoin futures. A lot of people are saying, yeah, but we're going to come back down. Well, what about the CME gap? What about it? Well, this gap here? The people who are saying we're going to come back down and fill this gap are delusional. We've got a W pattern here, you guys. We've got it. And whenever you get above the center point here, you don't stop. You don't stop. Maybe you get a little volatility, sure, back test for support, whatever, but you don't stop. You don't stop. That doesn't happen. You guys, we don't just have a W pattern playing out here. What we have is a high, a higher high, and an even higher high with a low and a higher low. Okay? Here we had the higher high, but we had the lower low. Wasn't an established uptrend. Now, undoubtedly, we have a higher low and two higher highs. We're undoubtedly in an uptrend. There's no doubt about it. Go lower. Who cares? It's an uptrend. We still have a higher low. Go below this focal point. I don't think you do, but go below there. We're still going to find a higher low. We're in an uptrend. Anybody who's telling you that Bitcoin's going to go below 111K, they're sad. They're sad that they didn't get the chance to buy down at these levels. They're sad, right? I'm sad. We thought the price was going to go down there too. Until this day. Until that day there. What day was it actually? Let me double check. It was actually until this day, the 29th. Not the 30th, the 29th. Right? But 2 days like that in a row, that kind of close, getting above this point, you can't deny it at that point. Right? Expected the pullback, whatever, and then boom, we're up here. I love how fast this movement is taking place. And you guys, this gap, so what? What about this gap? What about this gap? The same people who are saying wait for the price to come back here are the same people who said wait for it to come back here. Wait for it to come back here. It's going to come back, guys. Don't buy in. Wait for it. 92K. I promise you, every CME gap gets filled. 47K. Don't buy it. 39K. Wait for the price to come back to you at $31,000, $29,000. Wait for the price, $27,000. Notice these two. Notice this, right? Ready? CME gap here, CME gap here, CME gap here, CME gap here. None of them got filled, and we moved up at a very fast pace. Do you notice that we're moving at a very fast pace now? We have a CME gap here. We also have a little gappy poo-poo right down here. Now, I'm not saying we can't fill that today. Sure we could. The discrepancy between these prices is up a little bit more, right? Typically, 119.1K right now would equal like 120.1K on this. So there's a little bit less of a discrepancy than there normally is. So maybe there's some foreshadowing going on. Maybe there is some selling pressure on the CME futures and we come down. We fill the gap, we back test prior resistance, and then we move up. But one gap getting filled does not mean all gaps have to get filled. And we've been talking about it for a long time. We've really been talking about it throughout this time frame that it wouldn't surprise me when we move up to new all-time highs that we would leave a gap behind to give people a reason to go short. And they're taking it. They don't need much. Just give them one reason. They'll go short. We'll be up at discernible higher highs, forming an uptrend in the very beginning of that during Token 49, one of the largest crypto events that'll take place this year. Bullish things are happening all around. But because of this, people are going to go short. Because of this, there's still $1.35 billion in shorts. And on this chart, compared to this, it doesn't look like anything. But you guys, when Bitcoin was down here, we had less than 800 million in longs. We're all the way up here, and there's double that in shorts. Crazy. Crazy. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense to me. If it doesn't make sense to you, like you don't understand what I'm saying, I don't know how to say it to any better. But from a high to a low, guys, I think it's very apprehensible. It's very obvious that we're going to new all-time highs. Undoubtedly we are. Undoubtedly we are. And I wouldn't be surprised if we left more gaps along the way. Let's look at the short-term stuff. We'll get into the longer-term stuff in a second. But you guys, it's bull time. It's bull o'clock, baby. Oh, yeah. Look at all that volume. Let's take it off the index. Let's actually get it on Binance here. Okay? Man, I love whenever Bitcoin's making new relative highs like this. It's phenomenal. So you look at the volume. The volume is dying off. And the volume started back here to die off. So maybe we pull back. Maybe we pull back a little bit. What would that take us to right there? Kind of at this prior area of resistance. Nothing too crazy. Maybe a little bit lower. Maybe a little bit higher. But something. 1 hour RSI looks bullish as hell. The stochastics look bullish. And the MACD has a little bit of bearish divergence. But still very bullish. Maybe we go up a little bit higher. I wouldn't short it here. But if we were to pull back to like 116K, don't fret. Okay, definitely don't short there. We could go right back down to like this shelf here, which would take us below this high. But as long as we're closing above it by the end of the day, I think we're fine. RSI is bullish as hell. Yeah, what's great about this is look at all these candles. Look at all these candles here that close without moving up too high. You had bearish divergence for like 2 or 3 candles in a row, and then you finally moved higher. Now that you've moved higher, now that bearish divergence is gone, you'll probably move down. That's typically what happens. And you'll probably find support either at the overbought zone or at a lower low in the RSI. So one of the two. Look for it like this, okay? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you're looking to set up a trade or you're looking to find the next low, wherever it is, you look at the 4-hour RSI, set it to a 10. When it's at its overbought zone, if it bounces like this, we're going up higher. That's the low, wherever that might be. If it's down, if it goes below the overbought zone, likely we're not done until we see a lower low, and in which case I would think we're at the 50. Lower low, but a higher low in the price. And then we'll bounce, and then we'll run up. Okay, so it's either or. Either we're bouncing below this low, or bouncing at the overbought zone. At the overbought zone. We're pretty hot right now. Things are looking good. A little bearish divergence there as well. That would take you all the way back down to 115K. I mean, maybe. There are a lot of longs. 115K could happen. 14 billion in the past 7 days. That's a lot, guys. And this first island gets cleared out here at about 115K. And that would be about $4 billion in longs. It could happen. It certainly could. Daily time frame here, looking at this, the RSI is immaculate. However, we are at the same area that we found turbulence twice before, even back here. Stochastics are bullish and the MACD is bullish. We're actually scooping the zero and looking like we want to find support and move up higher. The coming days are going to be very bullish, you guys. It's hard to be bearish here. But what I will say is keep your mind open to the thought of going down to 116K, even 115K. All right, we could go right down there, find support where we found support before back in this zone, find support where we found support here, find support where we found support here. Okay? But it's completely possible that all we get is a move down to like 118K and then we continue to rally. It's completely possible we don't even get a move down at all and we just continue to rally. We're in very bullish territory. And the gap boys are out in full force. CME gap, CME gap. We're going to fill the CME. No, we're not. Mark my words, that one won't get filled. This one, it could. This one could. And in which case, we could move a little bit below 118K, but we're on our way to higher prices. Ultimately, my friends, we need to lock in because the destinational heading that we have yet to accomplish is all the way up here, high to low, all the way up here at about 173K. We're at 119,000 now. We're going to go all the way up to 173K and probably just above there. Bitcoin with its golden ratios loves to wick a little bit above there. That's what it loves to do. So I wouldn't be surprised at least we saw 180K or more by the end of October. That's what's happening. I don't think I have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said it all. Looking at the weekly time frame, the RSI is bullish as hell. Bouncing off the 50, we love to see it. Stochastics are bullish, bouncing off the 50, and the MACD is bullish beyond all belief. I don't care about the red. Perfect, whatever. Monthly time frame, super bullish. Super freaking bullish here, you guys. Absolutely it is. Yeah. Fantastic. Anybody who wants to call this bearish divergence, cool. Keep calling it bearish divergence. It's not going to save you. We had the move down. It wasn't what it should have been, but that's because we're too bullish. I'm sorry I'm yelling. We're too bullish. We're absolutely too bullish. Things look really good right now, you guys. Is there such a thing as too bullish? We're going all the way up to $180,000 by the end of October. We're going all the way up to $260,000 by the end of the year. We're going all the way up to $500,000 by the end of March or April in 2026, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. It's the bull market, baby. We're in that alt season, Bitcoin, crypto finale phase that every bull cycle has to offer in that last like 6 months to 9 month period. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be eruptive, and you're not ready if you're not invested, okay? Get allocated. Get into the markets. I got nothing else. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Take care of yourselves, all right? I'll see you on the next one. Oh, you know what? One more thing. I do this sometimes. One more thing. Let's look at the ribbon. Look at that. Crossing up. Beautiful. Weekly looks great. That's a perfect reaction. That's beautiful. And, of course, the monthly. Of course, the monthly looks great. 3-day. Beautiful. Beautiful reaction. I really, with the 3-day, this actually misled me. I really would have thought we'd go lower with the 3-day looking like this. You typically would, in this kind of situation, find support below the ribbon. Not in it, but hey, it happens. Whatever. Bullish. Super bullish. You can't deny it now. You guys, take it upon yourselves, okay? Stay away from everybody telling you we're going to fill this gap. Stay away from them. They're going to make themselves known. They're going to be really loud whenever the price moves down a little bit today. They're going to be really, really loud about it. Stay away from those people or invert trade them, okay? Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.